Okay, hi. My name's Sue Cooper. I'm based in Nottingham, England, in the heart of the country, very close to Sherwood Forest, the home of Robin Hood, and on the other side, the home of Isaac Newton, who changed the world, but it's changing again. So, Isaac, we hold you in our memory as we do Robin Hood, and we move into this whole new world that is emerging, which is a very interesting time. And I was, as I was just settling down, I heard a few people saying today that they're feeling low of energy, and it's only 6 o'clock in the morning in Maui. So it's a very interesting time, and many people are saying exactly the same thing. That how do we energize ourselves? The external world is in flux, of course, and how do we bring ourselves into this beautiful balance of centered awareness? Well, that's what we're here to do. This is what we've been doing for 16 weeks. And what's very interesting is the noticing of it's the mindfulness, it's the awareness of noticing when the energy or the mood is different. That is the key to mindfulness. So hearing those few words beforehand, where people saying, feeling a little lacking in energy. Well, noticing it is a major step forward. Of once we notice something, when we become mindfully aware of it, we can do something about it. So so my word, because I always have a word, I find that's kind of my anchor. And these words just come to me through intuition. And the word was about the pace of life. And Susie mentioned this on Monday about slowing down. Now we're being forced, many of us, into slow down. But on the other side, the media and the governments are wanting us to speed up because they want us to go out there and spend money. But they've told us for many, many months, if we go outside, something untoward is going to happen. So we're in, I believe, that this bit of conflict where it's like, well, what do we do now? And the choice point comes from you. Where do you feel comfort? Where do you want your energy to be? And when our energy is being depleted by thoughts of uncertainty, we can soon drain ourselves. So today we're going to look at the pace of life. We're slowing it down really to energize, to move into a place of, if you put the E in the middle of pace, you get peace. So if we move into peacefulness, now the pace of life is usually about doing, but meditation and mindfulness and stillness brings peace, which is the being part. And this is where we go, let's do activities, but during those periods of activities, let's recharge ourselves by being. And that's where we go, do, be, do, be, do, do, be, do, be, do, be, do, be, do. Okay, so maybe we'll have a little song at the end. So let's do, be, do, be, do, be, do, be, do. So it's knowing that the energy is low or high, whatever it is, and then going, okay, I'm noticing that I need to find a little bit of peace and stillness, to do some breathing. So that's pace to peace. And if you put an S on the front of pace, you get space. So we want to find more spaciousness in our life. So Ellen yesterday asked Sarah about why do we put our chin down? Why do we say, let's stretch the back of our neck during meditation? So that had me thinking, because I know why. And Sarah was absolutely right, because we tend, well, I certainly do, tend to put your chin up as you're meditating. It's a reflex of just the chin goes back. So it's being consciously aware of the chin. But I wanted to share with you a few minutes before we start meditating at 10 past the hour about the vagus nerve. And I have mentioned it before, but it's good to just simply go over this. And the vagus nerve is the 10th nerve of the body. I'm going to keep it very simple, very short. It's the 10th, and 10 is the cross. It's the Roman numerals 10. You see that on the iPhone, don't you? And the vagus nerve connects the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. So the stress response and the rest and digest response, it's the regulator. And interestingly enough, back to the neck, this nerve comes out of the back of the, you've got the little knot in the back of you can feel the skull where it meets the spine. The area around there is called the medulla oblongata. You don't need to remember any of this. But the vagus nerve comes out of the back of the neck here, and it follows around here, around the jugular and the carotids. It has branches that go up into the jaw, into the face, yeah? And then it goes all around the chest. It's for breathing, so it's the respiration rates, it's the heart rate, it governs that. And then it governs majority of the organs in the body. So it's two branches, front and back. And then what it does is it gathers all those nerves, and most of those nerves go up into the brain, not down, afferent. And it gathers in the diaphragm, just below, where your diaphragm is. It gathers there, and then it goes through the diaphragm, the solar plexus area. So there's a big knot in the solar plexus area as it gathers. And then it surrounds the enteric nervous system, the gut. So when you get that feeling in your gut and you feel the flutters, that's the body talking to you. And it's the vagus nerve that is talking to you. So when we put our chin down consciously, we're making sure that we don't impede the flow of information coming from the vagus nerve up into the brain. They always thought it all came down. They know that this is the main part of the sensory information. And it's under conscious control. And this is why we do many of our breathing practices, because we can directly affect moving from the stress response, which zips up the spine. Okay, so where we go into fight flight and our blood becomes sticky, I think we've mentioned that before, and our heart rate goes up and we breathe very shallowly, into the rest and digest. So we can consciously breathe, and when we breathe with this belly breath, we stimulate the diaphragm, which stimulates the vagus nerve, which tells your body and your mind that you're safe. So you move out of fight flight into rest and digest, and in that space you find peacefulness. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. You don't have to remember any of it, but it was why do we put our chin up? I went, okay, let's cover that first off. So bringing our chin into alignment and feeling that stretch is a fundamental part of moving into the relaxation response. So shall we? It's nearly 10 past. Shall we start a practice? There's 58 people on board now, and I'm sure more people will join us. So I'd like to say hi. I'm Sue Cooper. Sarah calls me Super Duper Cooper, and that's because when I do my laughter yoga, I'm a laughter yoga leader. That's what I am called when I go into laughter yoga parties and what have you. So if you hear her call me Super Duper Cooper, this is where we stimulate the vagus nerve when we laugh, when we cry, when we swallow. So these are all the various things. So I just wanted to share that with you. So it may be that we doobie do later on, and maybe have a slow it down and maybe a little giggle at the end. So welcome. Shall we move into our meditation position and start to slow down and find peace, ready to energize and go back into doing at the end of the meditation. So welcome. So comfort is key. Bringing our feet into a position that's comfortable for us, and wherever you are is perfect. That can be sitting, it can be lying, but it's finding that place of comfort for you, remembering that the word comfort means well and being in the present moment. So notice how your body's feeling in this moment without judgment. Simply notice. So our feet are on the ground, we're supported in the environment that is right for us in this moment. Notice where your hands are. Are they comfortable? Resting on your lap, on the floor? Again, it really doesn't matter. It's finding the conscious awareness of comfort. And then noticing where your chin is. Taking the chin down a little. So there is just a very gentle stretch in the back of the neck. Take the shoulders down a little. so that you elongate. And Callie talks about this. Stretch as if you've got a little thread on the top of your head, as if you're just pulling your spine. It's very strong, your spine, but you're pulling it more into alignment and opening up those areas, the spinal disc, the pads between the spine, to let more space in. And then I invite you, if you're feeling comfortable in this place, to have a little look around where you are. The phones are off. You maybe spoke to someone and say that we're going into meditation, and I have decorators in, so if you hear something, sound's never a barrier to meditation. Close your eyes. Simply have permission to close your eyes, or if you prefer, to simply lower the gaze and softly hood the eyes. And notice in this present moment how you're feeling, and however you're feeling is perfect because you've noticed. So this is the key. And connect with a natural breath. Now you may feel that the natural breath comes in and out through the nose. That's the yogic way. Or you may want to breathe in and out through your mouth. Notice how it feels comfortable for you in this moment. And breathe in that manner. A natural breath. And our natural breath is usually about 12 to 14 breaths per minute. A lot more if we're in fight-flight because we shallow breathe. And the aim of this meditation is we'll slow the pace down so that we're breathing round about 8 breaths per minute. Kind of really doesn't matter, but it's noticing when, as we slow down and we take a few deeper breaths, how our breath automatically, naturally slows down. So we've noticed how we feel. Our eyes are closed. Bring your attention now to sounds in your environment, the next major sense. And welcome all noises in your environment. And then bring your attention into the inner experience, and notice if you can hear anything within. It may be the sound of the air entering and leaving the nose. It may be nothing at all. Simply noticing. And move your attention now to the breath entering and leaving the nose. Simply noticing the sense of touch as the air enters the nose and moves up the nasal passages, the nadis, and then leaves. And as we do that, we often connect with a sense of taste, because we actually taste through the breath. Hence, if we have a cold, it's difficult to taste. So as you breathe out, notice if there's any tastes within the mouth. And I invite you to invoke the vagus nerve by consciously swallowing the saliva that's in the mouth. And then breathing naturally. So let's start with a simple body scan. Go at your own pace. We're slowing it down. So let's start at the top of the head, relaxing the top of the head, the scalp, and the forehead. The eyes are gently hooded. There may be little chinks of light. Relax the cheeks. And as we evoke the vagus nerve, I ask you to put just a little smile on your face, around your lips. Tighten the cheeks consciously. Take a breath as you're smiling, and then let the mouth rest with the lips closed, and breathe in and out as the cheeks relax and the jaw relaxes. Consciously swallow again. Feel the spaciousness in the mouth as the teeth are relaxed, the jaws relax, and then bring the tip of the tongue forward to behind the upper front teeth. And this is one of the other energy points where one of the branches of the vagus nerve, all around the jaw and in the mouth. So we're resting now, the chin down. Just check with kindness where your chin is and feel that stretch now in the back of your neck. Bring your attention round to the front of the throat and the shoulders, and simply breathe in and then relax the shoulders down and back a little more. We're bringing spaciousness into the back of the neck, but also into the area where that vagus nerve is entering round the front of the throat. Bring your attention now to the chest, the rise and fall of the chest. A natural, simple breath. And as we're in this space of the heart and the lungs, give gratitude for the rise and fall as you breathe in and out of the heart and the lungs working in accord, stimulating this flow of the natural breath. Take your attention down both arms and into your hands. Both hands, and within the palms of each hand, you may be able to feel an acupoint, an acupressure point in the center of each palm. Just rest in this space and relax your arms and your shoulders. And as you do this, you'll feel the weight of your arms increasing in your lap. Relax a little more. This brings so much more spaciousness into the system. So moving back up the arms, back into the chest, take your attention around the back of the heart, the shoulders, and consciously relax and feel the in and out breath around the back. We're slowing it all down. The pace is slow, unhurried. And at the same time we do this, the vagus nerve is taking a nice break, bringing in relaxation and energy into the system. Move your attention round to the front, to the area around the solar plexus, which is just below the diaphragm. Stay with the natural breath, but feel this gentle rise and fall of the area around the solar plexus above the navel. Consciously relaxing and feeling the subtleness as the vagus nerve again says thank you. I feel you. I'm relaxing with you. I'm energizing you. Move down now into the lower belly. Relax the lower belly. Feel the gentle rise and fall. If you feel your breath deepening, that's fine. If your breath is shallow, that's fine. I invite you to simply notice it. being in the moment with the breath. Move your attention round the back. Consciously relax the lower back and the mid back. Feel your support in the chair or the sofa or the bed, wherever you are. And we move down into the area of the sacrum, called the sacral area, the sacred space that holds our upper body in alignment. And then we just release the hips, the pelvis. Feel our sit bones in the chair. And relax now the upper legs, front and back, the knees. Consciously take your attention, this pointed beam of attention, down to the lower legs, front and back, into both ankles, into your feet, the heels of each foot, the arch and the sole of each foot, and the 10 toes. Spread those toes and then place them back gently on the earth or wherever your toes are, simply relaxing them. Rest here for a moment. The whole body is relaxed. And in this space of relaxed awareness, notice if there's anywhere in the body that is calling for a little more loving kindness, attention. As we relax and calm, sometimes there's a little tension. So taking your attention up your feet, up your legs, all the way into the hips again, from that point of the sacrum, the sacral area, the sacred area. Use this as a point in which to do a quick scan that you're fully relaxed in this moment. And if there is an area of tension, discomfort, I invite you to simply breathe into it with this loving kindness awareness. And on the out breath, exhale and let it go. Relax a little more. And if your mind wanders to thoughts, that's fine. Bring your pointed attention back to the breath and any area that's looking for a little more kindness. If you're fully relaxed in every part of your mind body, simply connect with the heart space and breathe in and out. Your own natural breath. And I invite you to continue with this slow, natural breath for the next couple of minutes, quietly drinking up the peace in this pace of slowness. I'll watch the time. We'll have 3 minutes of quiet, perfect peace. From this place of centered stillness, connect with your breath and notice, simply noticing how you feel. In this space of stillness emanates restful awareness, and from this place comes peacefulness. The mind is calm, the body relaxed, the vagus nerve is very happy. The nervous system is calibrated to peacefulness. And in this space, the glandular system, the endocrine system, is maximized. Stress hormones diminish and happy hormones start to come back into balance. And the immune system is overjoyed that it can go about and do its job of healing. So rest in this space for one more minute quietly. Knowing that we're doing inner engineering, we are consciously overriding the stress response in the relaxation response. And now it's time to start to energize ourselves. We've been in a state of being. We're going to start moving into a state of doing. So I invite you to simply deepen the breath. And the best way to do this is to keep the front nice and relaxed. Feel the support of the spine. And simply take a long, slow, deep breath in, feeling the belly expand and the chest open and rise. Hold at the top of the breath and take the shoulders back just a little and the chin down. And then slowly exhale. The belly falls. Make it really slow. And then consciously overriding, let's take the belly button right back into the back, into the spine. Fully exhale. And feel as you breathe in naturally, the universe is breathing you. It's taking one giant breath. And the vagus nerve is aware and it's calm. You have done inner engineering. You've brought yourself into this perfect state of balance where the mind, body, emotions are in alignment. And from here, we're going to energize ourselves now. So let's wiggle our toes. Keep your eyes closed. Stay with this inner experience. Wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your fingers. Get those fingers going. And then let's rub our hands. Stay with our eyes closed. Make sure the chin's down still. And then rub the back of the hands as well as the front. You know that COVID washing? Go in between your fingers and your thumbs. Let's really energize those hands. Let's get them really, really warm. And then we're going to, if you should like to do this, of course, is we're going to rub our face. We're going to stimulate that vagus nerve because the branch is around the face. Just rub your face, rub your neck, front and back of the neck. Give yourself this beautiful, mindful body scan. Rub each shoulder, the back of each shoulder. Give yourself a little hug. See how your arms are crossed in the figure of the cross of the 10th nerve. Go down your arms and then rub your front. We're going to forget our back. We're just going to do our front. Do our tum, front and back. Okay. And then go down your legs, only if you want to, but have that little stretch, top of your legs, your knees. And if you want to go all the way down to the floor, be very careful. We're energizing our body Do your legs, wiggle your toes, press your feet into the floor, energize that body. And then take a breath. Keep your eyes closed, take a breath. Can you feel your heartbeat? Can you feel the fizz within the body as the energy is coursing through you now? Wow. So, when you're ready, I invite you to put your hands in prayer position. That's how we all like to complete our meditation. Lower the chin so that the back of the neck is really stretched, but your eyes are focused down. And when you're ready, I invite you to slowly, slowly open your eyes. Integrating this practice, make it slow. You're in your own space. And in this space, your thumbs are touching your breastbone. Just feel the rise and fall of the heart. Connect your hands with your heart. And then have a look round. Have a look around your room, but move that neck so your tension's in the back of the neck where the vagus nerve comes out into the body from the brain. Okay, just rotate the neck a little. Oh, might be some creaks. Chin down, chin up. And then we greet each other with a namaste. We're all muted at the moment, so you're in your own space. I invite you to say to yourself out loud, if you want to, or quietly, doobie 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 doo, doobie 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 doo, doobie 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 doo. And I guarantee it'll make you smile, it'll make you laugh, it'll stimulate you. So we do something, then we be something, then we do something, then we be, then we do, be do, be do, be do. So when you're lacking in energy, move into doobie doobie doo. And so thank you so much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording now.